my name's Christy. Welcome to my corner. Thank you for joining me today, where I want to talk about kind of December plans, I guess. There are going to be four main things in this video. The first thing I want to talk about is my Flossmas / Advent plans. The second thing I want to talk about are new starts that I'm really excited about that I want to share with you. I have two different stitch-alongs, two different sals that I want to mention, and then I have my 1,000 subscriber giveaway that I want to talk about. But before we get to any of that, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me on my crafty and artistic adventures, and welcome back to anyone who's been hanging out with me for however long you've been with me. It has been so great to get to know you in the comments here on YouTube and also on Instagram. And if you are not following me on Instagram, you can find me at two different places. You can find me at Dr_Christy. I'll put both of them right here. Dr_Christy is my kind of personal stitchy account, and so it'll be all my stitching. I post my daily stitching there. I post my dog walks around the park. I'm probably going to post my teaching again when I get back in the classroom next semester. So that's kind of my daily life thing. And then I also have the spoolery, which should be right here. That's where that is, I believe. And that is my new kind of vintage spool obsession, venture, Etsy shop, etc., where I make decor like this cute holiday wreath out of vintage spools and also jewelry and other various things. So if you have a sewist or you personally love vintage spools and vintage sewing, you can check out my spoolery Etsy shop, which is linked down below, and maybe you might find something that you would like. Either way, you can follow me on Instagram at either of those places. This is a channel about embroidery and cross stitch and other textile crafts and baking and history and the history of all of those things. So if any of that is interesting to you and you're not subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe and stick around. The first thing I want to talk about is Flossmas / Advent plans. I have two stitchy Advent calendars that I think you all might be interested in seeing. And so I kind of wanted to do a Flossmas, a daily Flossmas video. But I know that I can't commit to doing it every day. I tend to edit my videos more. It would basically take up a lot of my time in December. And I'm not good at short videos. I tend to edit my videos a good bit, mostly because I say a lot. So, you know, that's annoying. And so I try and cut it out. So there's kind of no way that I could really do a quick little snippet video. But what I think I want to do instead is a vlog style video twice a week. My Tuesday video will be the Advent since last Friday. So it'll be Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday Advent in a vlog style because I want to open them on the day so I'm not spoiled. And then also some other kind of activity, right? So a flip through of an old needle workbook that I have, or a small tutorial for, I don't know, a pom-pom gnome. I don't know, something like that. So that will be my Tuesday video that will come out every Tuesday. My Friday video will be a regular Flossmas will be a regular Flosstube where I'll talk about my stitching, whatever I've picked up for the week. And I think I want to do a weekly giveaway just as kind of like a gift, because I'd kind of been hemming and hawing about doing a daily Flossmas video. And so I kind of have been collecting things to give away. And I want to give some of them away because they're filling up space. So I want to give them to you so they can fill up your space. And so I plan on doing that at least through the month of December, all the way until the month of December, because I believe that my birthday is on a Tuesday. I'll talk about that later. I'll talk about my birthday later. Those are my Flossmas plans. My two Advent calendars are a DeVere Yarns Advent calendar, which I do not have with me, but that is silk, spools of silk thread. So I'll open that. So I know that they're all spools of silk, but I don't know what colors I'm getting. So that will be the first Advent calendar. And the second Advent calendar is the Forbidden Fiber Co. Yule Ball, I think is what it's called. Here's a picture of it here. And that is kind of the main stitchy Advent calendar that I got this year. And that kind of leads me into my new starts, because in that Advent calendar is a mystery stitch along. And it's my first mystery stitch along. And so I thought I'd actually stitch along. So the way it's broken up is that every other day is you get on one day you get like a thing, I'm assuming a fabric or a stitchy item or whatever. And then on the next day you get a piece of the pattern, and then you get a stitchy thing and a piece of the pattern. So it's like every other day you get pieces of the pattern, and you have 2 days to stitch them up. And it's as far as I'm pretty sure it's a Michelle Bendy Stitchy Designs pattern. And her patterns don't tend to be enormously huge. So I feel like a 12th of one of her patterns is doable in 2 days if I put a little bit of time into it. So that is my plan. And if I fall behind, I fall behind. I'm not going to worry about it. But that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and kind of keep up with that. And then it's my first mystery stitch along. I should stitch along. So that's one of my new starts, is going to be that pattern from the Forbidden Fiber Co. Advent Calendar Yule Ball Mystery Stitch Along box. The second new start is one that I've been talking about for a while, and that's my Hildegard of Bingham Cosmic Egg embroidery piece that I have been planning on stitching now for 2 months. I want to start that tomorrow. So this is what that project will look like at the end. It is based on a medieval manuscript by a nun, a 12th century nun named Hildegard of Bingen. I did do a video about her that I'll put up here, and I've talked about her a lot. So if you've been here for any length of time, you know what I'm talking about. But this is what the image looks like, and this is what the first one I made looks like, and it's about 8.5 by 11 inches. It's a good size. It's a lot of stitching. It took a long time, but my friend has the original one, so I want to make my own. I think that this project is cursed, however, because I tried tracing the pattern onto the fabric 2 months ago for an October 1st start, and it didn't work. Something slipped and then it just didn't work. So that was really annoying. So then I decided that I would digitize the image and print it on the Cricut at my university's library. And I showed that, and it worked well enough, except that it doubled up all the lines, so the lines were really thick. And I do not want the lines to be really thick. Then I tweaked it a little bit and tried again like 2 days ago. It didn't work again. So I'm just going to spend this evening and transfer that design. It'll take me about an hour and a half. It'll be fine. I will just do it that way because I really want to start this tomorrow. Like, I want to start this on December 1st. That is my goal, is to start it tomorrow. At least like one stitch in the middle tomorrow. See, in the middle there, you have the earth, and it's going to be, I just want to do like the mountain in the earth. Like, if I can do the mountain in the earth, I'll be happy. So that's my second plan, is Hildegard of Bingham's Cosmic Egg. My third start for the month is my temperature drinks shelf, which is the temperature cross stitch pattern that I plan on doing next year. And this is what it looks like. And I designed this. If you're interested in this, you can find it in my Etsy shop. This was inspired by my mom and Chevis of Chevy Royal Stuff, both of whom like a good cocktail. I thought that this would be fun to cross stitch for next year, and it'll be nice when I just need something just kind of easy, just filling in, you know what I mean? But I kind of want to start working on the shelves so I have a good base. I want to start that at least at some point this month. That's the plan. Oh, and the hashtag for that, I think, is, we're just going to use the same hashtag that we've been using, that Pam from Stitching the Land of Good Enough came up with last year, or for this year, and that is Stitch the Temp Sal. So I'll put that right here, and Sal is Stitch Along. So if you're working on a temperature pattern, any temperature pattern, and you would like to work on a temperature pattern with us, Stitch the Temp Sal, I follow that on Instagram, and I'd love to see what you're stitching and, you know, show some love, because I love a good stitch. My final new start for this month is my first ever HAID, Heaven and Earth design. So I've been talking about starting a Heaven and Earth design for several months now. I gotta be honest, it's a bit daunting, and there's a little bit of pressure because there is actually a bet happening among some friends of mine who have decided to place a bet on when I would start my first HAID. Well, this is the announcement. I'm going to start my first HAID on my birthday, December 28th, which I believe is a Tuesday. So my first HAID, I'm planning on starting on December 28th. I'm going to be stitching a pattern called The Lady and the Unicorn, which is right here. And this is a medieval tapestry that is at the Musée de Cluny in Paris. And my research, I'm a medieval historian, and my research is in Paris. And so I've been to this museum and I've seen these tapestries. And I had mentioned this, and I noticed in Jessica, the Rainy Day Stitcher's background for her Vlogoween, that she has the Dragon and the Unicorn on a pillow on her bed because I'm a creeper and I notice those things. So Jessica, the Rainy Day Stitcher, is a medieval art historian. She is also a college professor, and she decided that she also wanted to start one of these haids. So these tapestries there's a series of 6 tapestries. I'm doing Desire, which has the tent in it because I love the tent. She is doing, I think she's doing Sight because she loves the mirror. This is Sight. So we decided that we needed a hashtag. And this is a long-term hashtag. And the hashtag is, we're both medievalists, party like it's 1399, Sal. I claim no part in coming up with that. That was all Jessica. So if you're interested in stitching any medieval or medieval adjacent pattern, or if you are stitching a medieval or medieval adjacent pattern, dragons count, as do non-European medieval things. That time period happened everywhere. And as a medieval historian, I can tell you that there was a lot of interaction between all these different peoples throughout the world, and they all count. So if you are doing a medieval or a medieval adjacent pattern, or you want to start one with us, then use the hashtag party like it's 1399 Sal right here. So that brings me to my second stitch along that I want to announce, and that is my birthday stitch along. So having a birthday on December 28th usually means that nobody's around because they're visiting family, and I don't really get to celebrate with lots of people. And especially during COVID, I saw my husband and my dog, and that's basically it. So last year, I started a hashtag History Birthday Sal. I'll put it right here. And I would like to use that again. And the rules are that you stitch on something that you're already working on, a whip you're already working on, that is historically themed in some way, broadly defined. So something like a historical sampler, if you're doing a castle or an old house, or it looks kind of old-timey, or you've had it for a long time, right? It's like you started it 15 years ago. That's history. Tag me on Instagram and I will share those pictures in my stories throughout the day. So I'm going to follow that hashtag and, throw you love and also accept your love and then put it on my Instagram stories. I don't know why I do that. I feel like Instagram stories are like, because on Instagram they're at the top. That's why in my mind they're like above everything. Anyway. So I would love to have you join in for my history birthday stitch along. Hashtag History Birthday Sal. So you got 2 hashtags going in this video. Both of them are starting on December 28th because I'm starting, my Lady and the Unicorn is going to be and if I said Dragon and Unicorn, I meant Lady and Unicorn. In my mind, I've been saying Dragon and Unicorn for like the past week. The Lady and the Unicorn is what I'm stitching on. Whew. And I'm starting that on December 28th, which is my birthday, and that is counting for both of these hashtags. And I may stitch on something else historical too, but I may not. I'm also thinking about having like a drop-in stitchy Zoom birthday party. What I'm envisioning is that I'll have a Zoom room open from, 1 to 6 my time, 2 to 6 my time, Central US time, and if you are so inclined and want to just say hello, you can just pop in and hang out with me while I stitch. And you don't have to stay for any length of time or anything. You just pop in and say hello. So let me know if you're interested in something like that, I guess. I think that would be fun. But if no one's interested, then I won't bother. But I feel like some of you, I guess what I'm saying is I kind of want to meet you guys. Like you all hang out with me and I would love to hang out with you. I guess that's what I'm saying. So let me know if you're interested in doing something like that. It's a Tuesday, so keep that in mind. But on December 28th. I'm pretty sure it's a Tuesday. If it's not a Tuesday, I will have already corrected myself and been really snarky to myself in the editing process. Editing Chrissy's kind of a jerk sometimes. And the last thing I want to talk about is my 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I am so excited that I hit 1,000 subscribers. I really love being a part of this community. This community is so wonderful, and not gonna lie, I don't know that I would have survived COVID isolation intact, mentally intact. emotionally intact without this community. And I mean that sincerely. I am an extrovert, and I have been very isolated, very careful about isolation. I have not been hanging out with people. I haven't eaten in a restaurant. I ate in a restaurant in Rhode Island with Pam in July. Other than that, I've not eaten in a restaurant. I don't hang out with friends anymore. I haven't been teaching in the classroom. I mean, it's been like very isolating for me. And as an extrovert, it's been very difficult. And no lie, you all have saved me. And I appreciate that very much. And having over 1,000 people subscribe to my channel is a little bit unbelievable, but also kind of amazing. So thank you all for being here. And I want to just say thank you more physically as well, right? So I'm going to have 3 prizes. I'm going to have 1 grand prize, which is stuff and a pattern. And then I'm going to have 2 pattern prizes, which is any pattern from my shop. So let me talk about the stuff prize first. Well, the pattern prize is pretty self-explanatory. You can go to my Etsy shop. The Christie's Corner Needlework Etsy shop is linked down below, and you can choose any pattern you want. So there are going to be 2 people who win that. And these are all global. I will ship this anywhere. If the winner is in New Zealand or Australia, you may have to wait because we're not shipping there just now, but none of this will go bad. So it'll keep until the new year. So let's talk about the stuff prize, the stuff grand prize. First of all, you'll be getting a bag from, it's Me Sesame. This is Sesame, who I think is no longer with us, but who is a possum from Possum Rescue. You can follow them on It's Me Sesame on Instagram. But I got this from my local bookstore. My local bookstore got hit by a car. An old guy thought he was stepping on the brakes, and he was not. And they drove through, and they just reopened like Saturday. So that's exciting. But I got this to support them. So you'll get a caution. This bag may contain opossums. And all sorts of fun goodies inside. So let's look at what's inside. So first of all, there's going to be some crinkling. You will get I believe this is a 50-yard skein of Dyeing4Cross Stitch oil slick. So it's a fun rainbow variegated. There's a bit of a rainbow theme, although not 100%, but there's a bit of a rainbow theme. You will get a pair of rainbow unicorn scissors, which I love. These are pretty heavy. And they cut very well, but they have a blunter tip. So these aren't good for really close work, but they're really good snips. I have a pair that I use. So here's my pair, and they open up like that. So you'll get one of those. You will get a wrist pin cushion for if you're stitching in hand, or if you're sewing, or you're doing some hand piecing. This would be very useful for that. You'll get some vintage rickrack, because I got a whole lot of vintage trims and pipings, and I thought that an orange rickrack would be really fun. So a nice orange rickrack, and this is a fairly large rickrack. A fancy scrunchie, because scrunchies are in now, from Noir. And then a little bag of goodies. And the bag of goodies includes a holographic sticker from my bookstore, Friendly City Books. A pin that says books are magic, because books are magic. Right there. And a shark fin needle minder. So when you put it on your pattern, it looks like a shark. It sticks up a bit, but I love it. I love them. I make these and they make me very happy. So shark fin needle minder. So that will come in a little pouch, and all of that will come in this bag. Oh, and you'll also get a pattern from my shop. Any pattern you want from my shop. Standard Flosstube giveaway rules apply. You must be 18 so I can get your address or email address. You must be a subscriber, because I'm thanking my subscribers. That's like the whole point of this. And you have to say the word, and the word is huzzah. Huzzah. So use the word huzzah down below. I'll do the drawing in my Flosstube on the 10th, on December 10th. So that gives you about a week and a half. And it's going to be from this video. So when I talk about it in my Friday video, I will refer people back to this video. So down below, use the word huzzah. I'll use the random comment picker to choose the winners, and each winner can only win once. Although, if you've won a pattern and you win the grand prize, then you win a pattern anyway, so I'll just pick someone else. Anyway, you can only win once. You only get one pattern or the prize back on the pattern. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. Otherwise, thank you all so much for joining me and for being a part of my community. It means the world to me, and I appreciate you very much. So I think that's all from me. Please take good care of yourselves and have a good one. Bye.